Hey guys, Midday here. If you're new to the channel, I scale service-based businesses through complete lead gen systems. I post everything to do with lead generation, ads, funnels, case studies, even my personal journey, the whole lot. And if you're returning, thanks for tuning in. And if you can tell by the title, today we'll be talking about how I would run real estate lead gen ads in 2025. So anything that's highlighted in yellow essentially is an ad. It's different types of targeting. We have top of funnel, middle of funnel. None in the bottom of funnel, unless you're a business that's spending hundreds of pounds a day, you're just not going to get enough people bottom of funnel to be able to retarget bottom of funnel. So, and anything in blue is more of kind of like an action slash a key action slash page. So you have the opt-in landing page, but cool. So I'll walk you through the ideal journey of a lead. Um, this is what ideally we want most of our leads going through. Obviously, it's not always the case. So we have our made lead campaign, which is almost like a direct response ad. Let's say you're selling properties in Scotland. You say, hey, we've got these wonderful properties in Scotland. Just 10 minutes from the nearest station, 5 minutes from the nearest school. You have 2 minutes from the town centre. Just kind of talk about list the incentives, the reason why someone would purchase it. Make sure it's high quality, very clean, very professional. You're dressed up well, maybe in a suit, and almost like a direct response with kind of B-roll editing as well. When they're talking about the incentives or when they're talking about the actual property, a bit of footage of the property would definitely go a long way. Now, you can have the instant form or the opt-in form. You can pick between the two. You could split test the two. So the lead will come in, see the form, fill in the form. Then the lead would be directed to the landing page that's VSL. However, it's not your typical VSL here. It is I put VSL because that's kind of like what I know and understand and what other people would understand. But it's the same format, but it's just kind of a more of a video, maybe like a walk and talk kind of tour of the place with all the incentives, showing off all the best parts. It could just be a talking head with lots of visuals of the apartment. I kind of just want to show off the apartment and the best parts of the apartment. A bit more slower, a bit more information. Kind of going into more detail about the benefits and about just the details of the property, and why they would want to buy. You're kind of selling it here, um, and yeah, just more content of the apartment and just really trying to sell the apartment here within reason. You don't want to sound like you're just trying to force them to buy the property, but you just want to show them that this property is the best property to buy for you if you are looking to buy in this area. Then below that, you probably have the option to book a call. And then below that, you may have some FAQs, and you could even have some social proof from there. So you would have maybe some pictures of some of your previous clients holding their keys, looking happy. You can have pictures of the team. You can even have some testimonials on there. You can have some like some stuff about the awards. Maybe if you guys went to speak at anywhere, the picture of you holding the mic in front of a crowd, that kind of stuff. Just anything to kind of show people that you guys are the people to go to. The frequently asked questions as well was for objection handling. Any objections or concerns anyone may have about the property, don't be scared to put them in there and answer them because they're going to think it regardless. And it's best to put it in there and make sure you answer it well. So that's the ideal journey of a lead. As we all know, it doesn't work like that. This time last year, you could see a lot of success with Facebook ads running a lead campaign like this. You could literally have the made lead campaign, opt-in form, landing page, VSL, book a call. You get calls booked, but times have changed a lot. Even 6 months ago, you could have a lot more success, and times have changed. At least in the UK, this is. I'm not sure about the whole other world. I know Ravi Abuvala talks about it a lot, but I digress. So, top of funnel, after watching the main direct response campaign, um, you would have the visuals of the apartment. So this could be in static carousels. So anyone who's watched 3 seconds of this campaign would be retargeted with carousels of the apartment. They'll be retargeted with maybe videos of the apartment, like just very quick cut kind of videos of the apartment showing off the kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, living room, for example. Not really trying to sell too much, just more giving them more information. Um, this you would exclude anyone that's a lead here, but you can test. You can test sending it out to all leads. You can test not sending it out to leads. Um, you can also test sending people to the Instagram. This can be moved to here like this as well. Especially if you have agents in the Instagram, which I advise to do. So anyone who follows the Instagram would be DM'd, and kind of said, hey, like we saw you're interested in our ads, or so you're interested in what we do. Can we ask if you're interested in our Scotland properties, for example? Um, and then on top of that, the reason for that is just some more like you just want to kind of give them more information or more visuals to kind of sell them on. A bit more proof that these apartments are really nice. A bit of incentives in there, but nothing crazy. And then what we have as well, anyone who's watched 50% of these ads, or anyone who's opened the opt-in form or the instant form and not filled it in, or landed on the page and not filled in the form, they've not been a lead, you've definitely excluded leads from this one. That means these people are very engaged, but they need a nudge. So I would typically send people to the Instagram. Again, I would advise to have an agent in the Instagram that can DM everyone who follows. You don't want to let people slip through. Again, this time last year, you could get away with not having that because it was just a lot easier to run ads before. There was, as people say, when a trust recession, you cannot just get away with not being relentless with your leads. You need to be absolutely relentless and hungry. Otherwise, you're going to let sales slip through. And to be profitable with Facebook ads 2025, you're going to have to be relentless. Unless you're just spending a crazy amount. So they're retargeted and taken to the Insta. Um, and then the agent is going to try and get them to go to the landing page VSL and to eventually book a call. You can try and get this overrode, sorry, whatever the English is. You could get someone straight from Insta to book a call. Just depends how they want to go about it, what works. And then on top of that, anyone who's filled in the form, the opt-in form and Insta form, will be nurtured through marketing automations. This is email and SMS. By now, should be familiar. If you're trying to run lead gen campaigns, you should be familiar with lead and email automations. Just to kind of nurture them through. People that filled in, you're sending them more information. You've got a sequence going, maybe some more incentives. But that's we will digress. I will get into that another time. But on top of this, so as I said, anything in yellow is ad. So leads that haven't visited the landing page or booked a call. So these people are leads that haven't taken an action. Essentially, they are retargeted with organic content. So just more content. It doesn't even have to be about the property per se. Just more property content. Talking about property, mistakes that first-time buyers make, mistakes that buyers make, things to look out for. Just stuff you would post on the Instagram. You want to retarget these people and all leads with this content, even leads that have taken action. You just want to send them content just to get them more familiar with who you are and and your face. As we said, we're in a trust recession, and people on average need 7 hours of digest 7 hours of content to be able to come and sell. So again, this is very similar to what I would run in a normal campaign, normal lead generation campaign. But yeah, you want to retarget people with organic content here. And then these people that are retargeted, if you're targeting people that haven't booked a call, you want to take them to the VSL page, landing page, where they'll have the option to book a call. And yeah, and then so the whole point of this is the thing is, you have agents. All leads are going to be contacted by agents. That goes without saying. You don't need to, with real estate, you don't need to go this far. But what I've realized from running real estate ads is that the quality of leads that tend to come through Facebook ads tend to be quite poor. Now, there's things you can do around this, and you can also do quality scoring, lead scoring, and stuff like that. So you could add another type form. And when people do want to book a call, you would have another form to increase the friction. If you run an instant form or opt-in form, you would have some more further questions. You could have the same kind of thing for you could make this a whole lot more complicated if you are running different ads for different places. You could have like, so someone fills in, you have a question on the form, on the opt-in form, saying, hey, are you looking for properties in London or in Scotland? If they say Scotland, they get taken to a certain landing page. If they say London, they get taken to another landing page. So you can get really complicated when you have other places, but you can make it work. So yeah, leads will be hammered by the agents. As soon as they come in, agents are calling them. And then they're further nurtured through SMS and email marketing. As I said, quality may be an issue. That's a warning to anyone who's running real estate ads. And there are ways around it that you're gonna have to look into. But again, it's a trial and error thing. The stronger probably the most component would be the main ad. You want it to be a strong visual. But on top of that, you don't want the opt-in form or the instant form to be frictionless, because you're just gonna make it too easy for people to fill in the form. And people are browsing. You want to add a bit of friction, a bit of conditional logic, a bit of quality scoring, especially if you have agents that don't like their time being wasted, because it's a different ball game. Like real estate lead gen, real estate agents, they tend to call people that aren't just all. With Facebook, you get quality is a big issue. With other avenues, real estate agents don't tend to go through a lot of unqualified leads. But with Facebook, that can be an issue. You need to be able to navigate your way around that. And I promise you, the moment I find out the best way to navigate myself around that, I will be maybe talking about it, depending on how important it is and how classified the information is. But yeah, so again, Facebook ads used to be able to run straight from top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel, no retargeting. I used to be able to get away with it. But as you can see, it's so much more complicated now. You have to go here, up there, down there. But it's possible. It's very possible. And yeah, let me know if you think there's any changes I can make to this. Let me know if there's anything that I'm missing out, anything that I might have gotten wrong. And yeah, if you want to find out how I can help you and your business scale, feel free to book a call. And I'll see you guys in the next video.